Nice. Never done this before. This is kind of cool. I'm just gonna hop on the Instagram. What up? Hey. Nice to have you guys in here. Gonna drop some value bombs. Let me just say something real quick. Never done this before, so this is gonna be kind of cool. Sweet. What up, guys? Hey, man. Hey. Yeah, I was just on a live. Can you hear me well? Is the audio good? I'd love to know. Is there gonna be a replay? Sure, I'll drop the replay. Why not? Honestly, I'm not gonna be able to record a video today because my girlfriend stole my camera, but it's all good. Honestly, I just wanted to share with you guys my PayPal struggle. Okay, the struggle with PayPal. But honestly, we solved it. It's not a big deal. So this is why I wanted to hear, or this is why I wanted to talk to you guys about it because I didn't want to share this. I didn't really feel comfortable sharing this until I fixed it. So now that it's all fixed, now I'm super happy. I'm super excited, and I just wanted to share with you guys my experience with it. So that's just kind of the first thing I wanted to talk about. So essentially, what happened was PayPal decided to hold all my money because, as you guys have seen, my store started on January 9th, 2018. My new store. I have my other one started way long ago, but anyways, and what happened was, we kind of blew up. Okay, so like February and March. I mean March, it's gonna be my first $100,000 month, so it's gonna be insane. I'm not flexing in any way. I'm just sharing with you guys my experience. So obviously, they made that's a lot of money to just have in 1 month after starting like so soon. So obviously that raised a lot of red flags, in a lot of red flags, and it's all good though. They just said we'll hold your money indefinitely, which was really scary. Obviously, like that was very scary to hear because I had about 50,000 in that account, so that's a lot of money. And then for like about 2 weeks, I was trying to get it figured out. I didn't mention this to you guys at all, mainly because, like I said, I just wanted to fix it before I shared my experience with it. And guess what, guys? Today, finally, after 2 weeks, we got the hold off. So I just got all that money into my account, feeling good, obviously. And, it's amazing. It's going to be, I'm just really happy because I was very concerned. And obviously, I will make a video about this and showing you exactly how you can solve this issue when it does happen to you, because it will happen to you if you're successful drop shipping. It will happen to you because it is a high risk business for credit card companies and for PayPal, for example. But it wasn't a big deal to fix, honestly. Like all you really need to do is be completely transparent with them, and it will work in your favor every single time. I essentially what I did was I sent them pictures of the ads I was running, a picture of like my ad account, pictures of the products in my shop, in my Shopify store, with the links to them. The links to my AliExpress suppliers, to my distributors, links to my bank account, my LLC documents, my social security document. I sent them everything that I own. And we're good now. We're good. They're like, all right, you're good. You did it. So boom. Now we're feeling good, guys. Honestly, that lifted so much stress off of my shoulders. Like, I just feel so good now. But anyways, okay, that was that story. Now let's get to some Facebook ads. Okay, so let's talk some Facebook ads, guys. Anyways, how much do you spend on FBS this month? I spent honestly about 25,000 on Facebook ads this month. So the profits for the store are anywhere from 30% to 40%. And the reason why, I mentioned this in my Instagram live, and the reason why that's like kind of a big range, like 30 to 40%, that's big. The main reason is because there's apps that I have, for example, frequently bought together. I got a couple upsell apps. They don't really translate very well to Facebook. Facebook doesn't track those sales as well as they should, but it's all good. And then I also have the app Quantity Breaks, which allows people to purchase more for less price. Like it just gives them, and it incentivizes them to purchase more than one product. And they do very often. That honestly, I love that app. But anyways, that's not tracked very well by Facebook. And then also the other thing that it's not taking into account is that I found a distributor in China. So now all my winning products are stored in a warehouse where I can use my own branding, and I was able to negotiate bulk pricing for my winning products. So that made my margins like $2 to $3 higher, which is incredible. And yeah, so I'll make more videos about that in the future, but right now it's still kind of like very, very early on in the operation. So, I'm not really too comfortable sharing like the whole process yet because it's not like too solidified. But anyways, so yeah, a lot of ad costs, but a lot of profit too. What am I optimizing for? Oh wait, sorry, that wasn't a question for me. Hey Arie, I have really serious problem. I'm getting a ton of traffic and only 22% conversion rate. That's 4 sales for 3K visits. Yeah, I know how you feel, man. I've experienced those type of results too, only on Instagram though. When I was running a lot of Instagram influencer ads at the beginning of like my new store's journey in January and February, I was running a lot of Instagram influencer ads and I was having success with them, but my conversion rates were always below 1%. Every single day, they were below 1%. And, since then, I've switched over to Facebook fully. I don't run Instagram influencer ads anymore. I probably will for the new like Trend Cove store just to see, honestly, just for fun. But otherwise, I don't do it anymore. Yeah, through Facebook, I've been able to experience like a much, much higher conversion rate, upwards of 8%, which is insane. And I know like everybody, honestly, I posted it on some like on Facebook groups and stuff, and everybody thinks I'm like lying, but it's not a lie. It's really amazing though. However, like it's really amazing. I'm really happy with that conversion rate. And to be completely honest, there's no good reason as to why I have such a good conversion rate. I mean, I don't use Herify. I don't use what's it called? Sales Pop. I don't use that. I don't use what else don't I use that a lot of people use? I guess that's it. All I use is really high quality reviews, really high quality descriptions, and really high quality offers and a high quality website. I know it sounds super straightforward, but it's 100% true. And that's what allows me to have a very high conversion rate, even when targeting, multiple countries. Let me see. Congratulations on your success. Thank you. How much are your stores doing? So the new one, this new store is right now at 94. I don't know if you can see that. 94.4 thousand dollars in March. Insane. That's one store. The other one, let me see what the other one's doing. Honestly, I haven't really checked on the other store in a long time. So let me just check super quick. Oh, wow, pretty big day. It's about 1,000 today. The other store, nice. I didn't expect that at all. But anyways, let's see. View content, ATC, or purchases. I do purchases every time, and I've received a lot of criticism with that answer, and that's totally fine. I mean, obviously, I accept criticism. I'm pretty good at taking criticism, honestly, and so I totally understand why people are a little skeptical of it. I mean, it doesn't really make too much sense. But so a while ago, I watched this Facebook ads, like what's it called? Whenever like the representatives go up on stage and they kind of share the like new algorithm changes and whatnot. And what the guy said is Facebook will optimize. Obviously, they will try to give you your end result. So whatever you optimize for, to make sure it's your end result in your funnel. So if your end result is view content, optimize for view content. But for me, my end result is purchases. So I always optimize for purchases. Now, it is worth to test, all three. If you're skeptical of the method, I totally understand. And being a skeptic is actually really good when it comes to Facebook ads. But the best way to be a skeptic is by testing. Okay. So when I hear a new strategy that I'm skeptical about, I'll put it into work. I'll add it into my ad sets and see how it performs. Because you never know, guys. Every strategy might work for one product, but it might not work for other products. So you really need to be thorough with your testing in terms of even in terms of strategies, okay? No, don't just live by one strategy. I implement many strategies into my campaigns. How do you scale, optimize winning campaigns? There's many ways to optimize and scale. Not something you should be super concerned with quite yet if you haven't really seen like really good results yet. But I mean, I guess the short answer is by duplicating. That's my way of scaling. I don't really like to scale horizontally, which is scaling by increasing the budgets on your current ad set. What I do is, I just let the ad set optimize and just don't not touch it at all. I just duplicate it multiple times. And then after I duplicate it, I might increase the budgets eventually, but I typically just start with $5 a day budgets. I duplicate it 3 times with the winning metrics, and then I start including some lookalike audiences into the mix. Okay, let's see. How many different interests do you target, Arie? So I do roughly 20 ad sets, each one being a different interest. Obviously, for some, I don't do a different interest, and I'll just do like an interest and then flexed down by a different interest. But most of the time, I'll try to pick different interests so I can cover like every angle, What's the minimum purchase I gotta have in order to create lookalike audiences? Well, okay, that's the thing, guys. There's lookalike audiences for pretty much every conversion event. So it doesn't have to be a lookalike audience for purchase. You can substitute a lookalike audience in your mix of ad sets for viewed content, for video views, for initiated checkouts, for abandoned carts. And I recommend you do all of those. So don't just look for a purchase lookalike audience. If you've had I don't know, 500 visitors to your store, make a lookalike audience for views. Make a lookalike audience for views, like 1% views, 2%, all the way to 5%. And don't be afraid to test all of them, because a lot of people will teach that, 1% is the only one you should use because 5% is too broad. I don't know, guys. I don't want to say that's like BS because it's not. It makes sense, but I've seen a lot of good results with my 5%. So just test it, guys. Just do it. Don't don't take anybody's advice all the time. Just test for your own products, honestly. So test the 1%, test the 5%. Honestly, test the 10% if you want to. It doesn't matter. Just do it. See how it does. Just be on top of your ad spend. Okay, there's a lot of questions in here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm kind of falling really behind. Do you recommend learning Facebook ads instead of doing IG influencers? That's a good question. And yes, I do, because honestly, Instagram influencers are very straightforward. There's not much to learn when it comes to Instagram influencers. There is, I guess, technically, if you're trying to scale with influencers, but I don't recommend you do that simply because it's just too difficult, in my opinion. It just does not work for me. I've never been able to scale properly with influencers. If you know how to, though, I know people that have done it. So I'm not going to say it's impossible, obviously, because it's been done and it is being done still by multiple people, but I can't do it. So I would recommend you start learning Facebook ads while you do Instagram influencers, if that's what you're getting results from. How do you, IG is scattered. Yeah, it's super scattered. That's why I always get lower conversion rates with Instagram. How do you recommend testing products if it's worth it? Well, like I said, I try to do 20 ad sets. So if none of those ad sets after 2 to 3 days don't get me sales, I know it's the product, because I make sure that my store is, perfect. I mean, obviously you don't have to make sure your store is perfect. I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to that. And I always kind of I don't want to say I lose sleep over, but I always am concerned that my store is the reason why I'm not getting sales. And the best way to avoid that is just by really having a clean site. So, if I test all those ad sets and I don't get sales, I know it's not my store. I know it's the product, and I know it's not the audiences I'm targeting, because I'm targeting so many audiences that there's no way nobody wants to buy it. That's kind of my approach. But if nobody buys it, then I know it's the product. So roughly I'll spend 200 to 300 before I cut an ad set, I cut a product, which obviously is a lot, but my budget is a lot higher now than it was in the past. And you can create your own budgets. Okay. You can create if, maybe you'll have to wait $60 per product before to cut it. But, just make sure you test accordingly. And if you don't have enough money to test, go out there and save some money. Do those things that you can do for free right now, such as growing an Instagram page, collecting email leads. Those are all things you can do for free that are going to pay off in the long run. while you save up money to spend on advertising, because advertising is very expensive. And it's smart to have money put aside so that you don't, so you're not scared to lose money. Because if you're scared to lose money, um, it's gonna be, you're gonna have a pretty tough road ahead, because you're gonna lose a lot of money. Ideally, you won't lose a lot of money, but you can lose a lot of money. It's kind of what I'm saying. Do you use PPE ads? Does credibility matter for an ad? I don't use PPE ads much. I will every once in a while, because um, I can't deny that social proof does work. It does make people, more interested. It does make people want to click more, want to watch more of the video, want to follow the link. It does, but it's not it's not very efficient as far as getting sales. The main reason, obviously, is because you're not optimizing for sales. So it's going to be a little harder to get sales. Now, if you do get sales from a PPE ad, it does have a higher chance to get you sales with a website conversion. So not always though, but for the most part. As a big as a beginner, how many ad sets would you go for? Well, like I said, it depends on your budget. If you have a higher budget, if you have like $50 a day that you can spend, I would test 10 ad sets at $5 a day. That'd be pretty solid, honestly. Is your new store, do you have Instagram influencers or direct with FB ads? Only Facebook ads, no Instagram influencers right now. Not saying they don't work. They definitely work, but it's just hard to scale with them. And it's just not my preferred strategy. But everyone has their own strategies. I mean, Hayden Bowles, he does a lot of Instagram influencers. Obviously, he does a lot of Facebook ads too. But, it works very well for him. He has it down to a science. I don't. So I'm a Facebook ads guy. But it doesn't mean that that doesn't work. Are there any merchant services that clear funds in 14 to 48 hours? I don't have a credit card. Well, PayPal does once once you get everything figured out with them. Which app do you suggest for offering upsells, downsells? Okay, if a low budget app that is really good for upsells is the Frequently Bought Together app. It's made me, guys, honestly, at this point, it's probably made me like $10,000 in this month. Like the app is ridiculous, and it only costs $7 a month, and it has like a $28-day free trial period. Like that's pretty amazing. Honestly, it's one of the highest valued, like it gives you the most value for the price in terms of apps. In my opinion, that's just one of the best. I just love it. When you move to a higher price per day on FB ads, and what's the difference between $3 or $100 on ads? What does money on ads give you? Great question, man. I love that. So essentially what a higher budget is going to get you is more reach, okay? So if you have higher budgets, you're going to get more reach, but that's what I'm saying. It doesn't guarantee conversions. And that's why it's not very wise. Or I mean, it is wise. Test whatever strategy you want to test, but I never start my ad sets with a really high budget, because reach is great. Obviously, if you reach more people, you're likely to get more sales. But when you're testing, you don't know if this product is going to work. So that's why I like to start with $5 a day per ad set, because even though I'm not getting as high of reach, I'm getting a lot of angles covered. I'm really testing to see where the buyers are, rather than just testing one audience with like a high budget. You're going to get a lot more reach that way, which is nice. It's good. It's not a bad thing. But in my opinion, it's not very efficient for testing properly. Obviously, if you have the budget, do it, because then you're going to be able to cut your ad a lot quicker. You could cut it after like a day rather than waiting like 2 to 3 days like me. But I'm patient. I can wait. I rather just cover as many ad sets as I can. That's just my strategy. Oh, wait, am I? Shopify is cool. Yup, Shopify is dope. Have you tried Google Ads? Yeah, I have tried Google Ads, and honestly, I didn't have success with them. It doesn't mean they don't work, obviously. I know a lot of people that actually kind of swear by Google Ads, especially in Facebook groups, which, by the way, you guys should join Facebook groups. Honestly, like, they're overpowered. But anyways, some people like them. It just didn't work out for me. Maybe because my product wasn't too specific, or it was specific, but it wasn't something that people were necessarily searching for a lot. And that's what Google Ads are for, really. Did Richard Louis help you scale and grow to the next level? Yes, he did help me out a lot as far as Facebook ads go. I was making, you know, when I met him, I was making like 15,000 a month, but it was hard. Like I didn't know, I was having a lot of trouble scaling to the next level, to get to 100,000 a month like now. And he did help me out a ton with that. What are your average audience sizes for each ad sets? Honestly, that's another thing that I don't worry too much about. My sweet spot though nowadays is anywhere from 1 million to like 7 million. But that doesn't mean that you can't go more narrow. You can if you want. Test it out in an ad set. But I typically like to go for a little bit bigger audiences because you get more reach with a lower budget. But like I said, reach isn't everything all the time. $3 a day get a lot of reach? No, it doesn't get a lot of reach, but that's why I'm saying you have to be more patient if you have lower budgets. But in my opinion, it's worth it because you're able to cover many different ad sets, and each ad set, consider it like an angle, like a marketing angle. It's an audience of people. And obviously, if you're picking the correct ad sets, like if you're selling, like, I don't know, like a water bottle for like running, you're not going to target people who love cars, like that just doesn't make sense. So you're going to target people that are like related to what a running niche would be, I guess. So like you target runners, you target fitness people, you target people who love to go to the gym, people who love running brands, people who love certain gyms, people who love like more low-key running brands, people who love like drinking water. I would even do an audience of no targeting at all. And then I'd also do an audience of just targeting engaged shoppers. And then I'd also do an audience of just targeting online shopping. And obviously those last three are going to be huge. They're going to be like 100 million people or more. And that's fine. Just test it. It's worked for me. That's what I like to do. I like to, structure everything so that I'm covering a lot of different people, but that are all, somewhat interested in what I have to sell. That's the best way to get results. And obviously, you mix that in with a very, very nice looking landing page, aka product page. And I mean, that's why if ClickFunnels, for example, they work really well for that same reason. Google Ads is tough to crack with dropshipping unless you're trying Shopify ads. Also try AdWords for targeting display ads from your FB ads Insta traffic. I'll probably have to take a screenshot of that. Honestly, I'll look more into it because it's very interesting. And obviously, I'm always looking now that I have my PayPal stuff. By the way, Flying Start Online, man, I don't know if you're still in this, but I referenced your video while solving this PayPal issue. And dude, it saved my life. So I literally owe you all that money. But that was amazing. So guys, definitely check his YouTube channel out. Like super helpful. Like my God, it seriously helped me. Like I can't even thank you enough. What's the app again? I think it was Frequently Bought Together. Do you put most of your earned money back into your business? Do you buy any flashy things? No, I don't buy any flashy things, guys. I know I'm kind of lame, but I don't know. I just don't have anything that I really want. And I mean, for example, like a really nice car. I mean, it's like snowing right now in like Minnesota, so it doesn't make any sense, And I don't want to just move out to Cali yet either. Not because I mean, I kind of do want to, but I really do like the life I live here. I do like to skate like a lot, like almost every day, which would be nice in Cali, but all the skate parks would be all crowded. And even though they're nice skate parks, like the skate park that I have like really nearby, it's like 5 minutes away. It's like my favorite skate park of all time. It's just perfect. And I don't want to lose that yet. I just want to enjoy that while I have it. Anyways, oh God, I'm so behind on the questions. I'm really sorry. If I said to you, oof, I'm so lost. Bro, what do you think of Upwork? I just joined. Can I work for someone there? And I don't know. I need to start using Upwork more because my VAs are not really VAs. They're people I know. But I also have like a distributor now that handles fulfillment, and it's really nice. It really is very nice. But you can only get to that, like what I'm talking about with a distributor, once you get to a certain amount of orders per day. So right now, my store on average does anywhere from 150 to 300, sometimes 400 orders a day. So I can, access some of those premium services that allow you to legitimize drop shipping. So that's what I'm saying, guys. There is like drop shipping does get better and better as you go. Like as the more you legitimize your business, the more this business model is legitimized. So please don't be like those people that, are kind of scamming others. Like don't scam people. if they didn't get their package, refund them. Don't like, just do it. If they're complaining, give them a good discount, have good customer service. All those things are going to play a huge role in like the lifetime of your store. And if you're in it for the quick money, I would recommend you go like trade or something, like trade stocks, maybe trade Forex. Like I think there's quick money there, but not here. Okay. Not until you actually, get to this level. Like guys, I've been doing this for like a year and a half and I didn't see much money coming in till about 6 to 8 months ago. Actually, probably eight, actually. Yeah. 8 months ago was when I first had like my big break. And even then it still took me a while to get to this point. So just be patient and just keep grinding. But there's not a lot of quick money here, especially at the beginning. Do you still use Wheel for discount codes? Not on my main store, but I am going to use it on this Trend Cove store that I'm starting. On my main store, I don't, because honestly, the main reason is because I was collecting so many emails. And I didn't like, I'm still figuring out which is the best email marketer for that store. Like my email list on that one is just ridiculous. So I just really need to figure that out soon. But like I said, I was putting all my brain efforts into my PayPal situation. So, but now that it's fixed, oh my God, we're going to take the store from 100K a month to 200K a month to 300 to a million a month. It's going to be amazing. And you guys are going to be part of it. So that's so awesome. I'm really excited for that. So many questions. How do you generate social proof? Well, depends on you. I mean, that's one of the things I said in my previous video. You do want to generate social proof in all areas of your business. On your product page, the best way to do that is through reviews, obviously. On your social media pages, which you do just by having people engaged with your content, which you can do that through PPE ads. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of running PPE ads, but I do run PPE ads for my Facebook fan pages at the beginning to grow them. So only for content. I don't even care about purchases. I just do it to grow the page. And I'll target like worldwide, super broad, like 100 million people. So then I get like, 1,000 likes on a post for like $2. So it's really nice. Post an ad from fan page or create ad. From fan page, but I do have to create the ad nowadays because my account's like, I don't know if this happens to everybody, guys, but my account's a little glitched. It doesn't let me put a shop now button on a dark post. And I run a lot of ads on Instagram alone. And that's a huge problem because I really need that shop now button on the Instagram. So I have to actually create an ad and then use that same existing ad for all of my other ad sets. But it's not a dark post, it's an actual ad, which is really annoying. But we're business owners, we're entrepreneurs. We have to adapt to those problems. So it's all good. What is a dark post? So a dark post, essentially when you're creating a post, I mean, when you create it through your business manager on Facebook, you have three options. You can create a scheduled post, a published post, and then an ad post. And if you can create an ad post through just that page, and then it won't be seen by anybody. It's pretty much like a dark post, like it's hidden from everyone on your store, but it looks like a regular post to people. It doesn't look like an actual like ad post, which obviously you can see the benefit in that it just looks kind of organic in the Facebook feed. So a lot of people engage with it a lot more. But for me, like I really like to have the shop now button on there. So I just haven't been able to do dark posts anymore. Arie, I'm confused. Why do you have 3 stores when you can put those winners products in your first stores? I don't have 3 stores. Well, I mean, I do have 3 stores, but my first store is like completely different. And like, it's like fully automated essentially through messenger marketing and just a few ads that I run here or there. And then I have a friend that runs it. I don't run it at all. All I do is like manage some ads on it. And it's obviously that's very, very hands off. And then my main store is the one that I'm putting all my focus on. And that's the one that's on, 95K so far this month. And, that's my main store where I put like all my winners. And then the third store that I think you're talking about is Trend Cove. And that's a store that I have for my YouTube channel only. So I don't put too much effort into it, obviously, because it's just like a test store. But I am going to start running like ads on it soon and just treating it like a regular store because I think you guys would get a ton of value from it. And because I don't know, I kind of want to start a new store too. I don't know. It's fun to start new stores, in my opinion. And it does get not automated, but Facebook ads, once you get those winners down, you can ride those out for a long time. I mean, my main winners, there's just two that are making us 100K a month. And the main reason is because, guys, my both of those winners have over 500 ad sets in their campaigns. I know that's going to sound really ridiculous, but that's the way I do it. That's my strategy. Hey, about launch, but I need help with my FAQ and shipping page. Would it be possible to model mine after yours? I really need help with this. Yeah, dude, just do it. It's all good. Just obviously make sure that it sounds like it's for your store, so just change the text and whatnot. Benjamin, you can model those pages from my store. Oh yeah, model them from Rito's store as well. Very reliable source. How do you get people to actually purchase tips or tricks? How do you get people to actually purchase? Well, the best way is by having a really compelling product description. I mean, that's one of the things I've found has worked extremely well for me. Everyone has their tips and tricks. Herify, for example, the countdown bar, that is a good way to do it. It does promote scarcity. It does make people pull the trigger on those impulse buys. And it works for most people, I guess, but I don't use it. And that's probably one of the biggest, most controversial things I do, I guess you could say, because every time I've shared that in a Facebook group, everyone kind of looks at me weird. But I don't use it anymore. I do use scarcity though. I'm not saying scarcity doesn't work. It does work. Companies do it because it works, and I do it because it works. But the way I do it is actually by promoting it in my product description. So near the bottom of my descriptions, after listing all the benefits, all the cool things about a product, I pretty much reiterate the offer, which typically is anywhere from 50% off to 60% off and free worldwide shipping. And then I'll say, limited to 500 customers or something like that. I also use the app called Insta Ratings. And it pretty much pops up like a star rating next to my product title. And it says, 98% of people enjoy this product, over 5,000 orders or something like that. It doesn't look spammy at all. It looks beautiful. And, that helps because people see that it does have a lot of social proof. And then the deal is only available for those 500 customers. So that's a good way to promote scarcity without looking spammy. And that's kind of one of my things, I guess, that I do, one of my little secrets, but it's not really a secret. It's just my method. And that doesn't mean that that's the end all be all method. Okay. If Herify is working for you and and you've tested not having it versus having it, and you get better results with having it, then just keep it. It's not a big deal. Do you think I could start with $100? No, I don't think so, man. Okay, here's the thing. $100, you can start, but don't start running ads, okay? You're going to blow through that in one campaign easily without getting much results. So you can start, maybe pay for your plan, your Shopify plan, and start collecting emails through MailChimp. Make a landing page for your Instagram account and start growing your Instagram account because that is free. And that's something you can do while you save up to, spend on advertising. Maybe even make some money through it. It's possible. If anyone wants to, okay. All right, guys. I'm going to have to hop off here. I just wanted to hop on the live on YouTube. I've never done this before. This was kind of my first one. I thought it'd be a good idea. And I think we have a lot of people watching. I don't know if that's what it says. 136 people. I don't know if that's live or whatever. Showing love from Minnesota. Hey, yeah, Minnesota squad for sure. But anyways, yeah, I'm sorry. I have to go, but I'll do these more often. I promise. I just, like I said, I had to get that PayPal situation fixed, but now it's all good. We are fixed. So now it's time to celebrate. And the best way for me to celebrate is by giving you guys more awesome content. So that's what I'll be doing. Thanks, Rito. I appreciate that. You as well, man. Your channel is super inspirational. Like I said, I don't think I would have been able to solve this PayPal issue as efficiently without your guidance. So I really appreciate that. I can't thank you enough. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys joining the live stream. I'll try to do these more often. And thanks for joining. Hope you got some value, and peace out.